Every 5 days, as a young graduate, I was making some 2,000 plus. If I pay my labor and stuff.
Hello viewers, welcome once again to our channel on YouTube, and today we happen to be in Ziavi in the Volta region, and as you can see we are in a maize farm. Don't be disturbed if you see me clapping my hands. There are no mosquitoes anyway, we are in the farm, so there are some flies disturbing me anyway. I have to be clapping my hands. So we are in the farm of one gentleman, a farmer that is very fresh. When you see him, you would just be shocked. He owns, I think this is a 2 acre farm, right? And we are here to have a conversation with him as to how he's doing. This is not the only farm that he's having. He have multiple farms. He's having a cowpea farm. He has rice farm as well, and he sometimes goes into vegetable farming. So stick and stay with us whilst we have the conversation with him. But if this is your first time of visiting this channel, we pleading with you to do us a favor by subscribing and also liking the video, and comment and share with others to also have a view of what we will be discussing here today. Thank you. All right, so viewers, we finally have our farmer here. This is a handsome man I'm talking about. You can see from his face, he's a farmer. And Mr. Solomon, welcome to our channel. And,
thank you.
Thanks to also having us in your farm.
Sure.
And first of all, our viewers would love to know who Solomon is.
Yeah, I'm Solomon Agbosu. I'm in Ho.
Okay.
I have my farm here at Ziavilume.
All right.
Just about some 15 minutes drive or right from Ho.
Okay.
Yes, I work with one company in town, MMB Seeds and Agricultural Services.
Okay.
I happen to be their production officer.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I am in charge of their production, and then it goes on like that. And so briefly, that's who I am. I'm a family man of two.
Farmer. Anyway, people would love to know about what motivated you to move into agriculture, because most often people think that Agric is not meant for the elite, and it's like this kind of saying. So
you're right. You're right. After I went to University of Cape Coast.
Okay.
Yes, I did education there. I was done with school 2017, and then by 2018 I was done with the national service. Now, where I'm coming from, my dad is a teacher, and my mom is a farmer. Okay. And so we are always close to our parents. Our mom more than our dad, so I've been with her all the time. She takes us to farming. So let me put it in a short. Some way somehow it was my mom that trained me. So after, along the line, after school or even before school, we used to do petty labor for people and then make some small money. And so after school, Ghana, job issue become, even way back at school, I made my mind I was going to farming.
That's great.
And so after school, quickly, I got a land at Ziavi, Hoju, where I ventured into farming. So I didn't even, up to now, I didn't even submit, as at that time, I didn't submit application for any job or anything of the sort.
Wow.
Yes, until I went to Ziavi. That one is also a different story. Things went bad because of no experience and all kind of things. And then I am now with MMB Seeds, yes, as their production officer. So basically, that's what pushed me. From day one, I think I have a passion for farming.
All right.
Yes. So.
Okay, so that's good. So you've heard he said he has passion for farming. Yeah, but then before you joined MMB Seeds, what other crops were you producing?
I was strictly into veggies.
Okay.
Yes, I was into veggies. I was producing vegetables. I was into pakposhito, cabbage, garden egg, and at the point in time I've done cucumber, this boma and stuff. Okay. For to run the farm. It was actually irrigation. Okay. Yes. By the time I was done with my service, I was lucky to have an uncle who supported me with some money and then my own hustling. I was baking bread and stuff. So I was able to get about 18,000 in my account cash, and then I went to Hojo to farm. I was looking for a river where I can have a reliable source of water to farm. And so that is how it started. And so I went to Hojo, and it was a different story. All right. Yes. In fact, to be sincere, when I got there the first year, the water didn't disappoint me. The people didn't tell me the truth actually. And so the water was reliable that very year. That was in 2019. All right. So during the limb season, I was able to produce. In fact, but then I was just doing a trial, so it was in small batches. And I was able to, every market day, I was able to get garden egg, the 5th GMG, the GMG sack. I was able to get 12. And one was going for 150 cedis. That is for only garden egg. Papushito, I was getting the number 5 sack. I was getting 4 or more. And that was also going for 600 cedis per bag. So every 5 days, as a young graduate, I was making some 2,000 plus. If I pay my labor and stuff, something remain about 1,500.
Oh, wow.
So I got more of the money, and then I scale up, and that was where the disaster came in.
Oh.
Yes, and so that is why. So I was into veggie. Now it was there that I realized that okay, I got about 8 acres of land from Hoju. I rented it for 5 years, so it should have been ending this September 2023. And so after the dry season was off, I was thinking, what should I do next? So I contacted somebody. So okay, there's a company that produces hybrid seed.
Okay.
They will give you input, and then you produce the seed and blah blah blah, and then they'll come and take it and pay you. Then popular they say, oh, it's a chuple nobly, you'll be tasseling, blah blah. So I was scared. I was like, what is it? Let me go and find out. So I was like, if I do the maize for the company during the rainy season, because it's 8 acres land,
all right,
then the dry season I can do my veggie.
All right.
So that was what happened, and that is how come I also got to know MMB.
All right, that's great. So, so when you started with the MMB, you decided to move to Ziavi with it, or you tried it on the Hojo?
Yes. So along the line, at Hojo, at some point in time, things got so bad.
All right.
That even money to fuel my motorbike back to home at home was a problem.
It was a problem.
Yes.
Right.
The water, as I said, was not reliable. It dried up at very young stage of the farm. I lost. Nothing happened. So I thought it was maybe that particular year. I did it again, and then I lost second time. This is a young man who doesn't have anything, right. And then so I've run out of capital.
Oh.
So it was then that, but then NAPCO and stuff were around, but my passion was really not into those things. So I thought, let me come to MMB. One factor was also that there was issue of mentorship. I didn't really have, although what my mom and I were doing was just a normal peasant traditional farming.
All right.
And so I didn't really have that industrial or commercial farming mentorship or training from anybody.
Okay.
So as for the farming, I said I'll do it no matter what. And so I was looking for a place where I can at least learn. That was when I fall on MMB seeds. Yes.
All right. So they give you all these ideas as to how to go about this.
Yes, they have to train it. Look, we are farming and we are losing. Now, if you look at this maize farm here, our traditional farmers who clear the land and then put 3 or 4 maize in one hole and then remove one leg in that order. Now look at my maize.
Yes.
Look at how close it is.
Yeah, the proximity is very close.
So this is about 20 centimeters.
Okay.
And then the space between this row is 72 centimeters.
All right.
Yes. Now, there are a lot of factors that contribute to successful farming. Your plant population is also a factor.
All right.
When you have a low plant population, chances are that the farm will do very well, but you will not get anything. I'm hoping that by the time I finish this, I should get 3 tons, which is about the 50 kg bags. I should get about 60 of it. 1 acre should give me at least 30 tons. Now, one of that 50 kg bag is now 300 series 250 or 280. So I'm hoping that by the time I finish, when I get about 60 of that, you do the calculation.
Yeah, you are cashing out.
But what has gone into it is not easy.
Yeah.
Yes. In fact, I'm even owing people.
All right. I was coming to that aspect. In terms of labor, how do you go about labor?
Labor these days is a bit tough. Today, there's this Okada can do in town, and the boys that will help us do this are switching to those ones.
Right.
If a boy should go out and ride Okada a day and make 50 cedis, no stress, nothing. It's better than to come and read something 1 acre and you pay him, maybe 3 or 4 of them will come and read it, maybe a day or 2. Then you pay them 300 or 350 cedis. The canoe is there, they're making 100 cedis, 150 cedis a day. So labor is becoming an issue.
All right.
Luckily, technology has made it such a way that we have machines.
All right.
Yes, by the time I came here, I have a small slasher. It's like a mower you put behind you with a blade, and then I used to slash. And then we have planters.
All right.
If you ever follow me on Facebook, recently I posted a picture.
Yes,
that's a planter. Also plant. So the planter can plant 20 centimeters and then apply fertilizer on the same day for you, which I think is the best.
Okay.
So basically, labor is an issue, but if you have money, it's not really an issue. Although you get those machines, you need somebody to operate it though. So maybe you need some few committed hands. This time not large number, but few committed hands. When you make them fine, they are good to go.
Right.
Yes.
So with the MAB seeds, that means you would already have your market down. So once you are done, they come on board and come and
no, this is a food. This is not hybrid seed.
This is not a hybrid seed.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, a successful farm starts with a good seed. there are a lot of factors that goes in here. If you look at my field, you see there's no grass. There are no weeds.
No, I'm not even seeing any weeds.
Yes, there are no weeds. These are all things. A big thanks goes to my boss, Ben Kemeche.
Okay.
He's my boss. These are people the nation should be tapping from, but I don't know. You know where we find ourselves.
Yeah.
Yes. Your land have to be very good. When your land is very good, you are good to go. And then the next thing is your seed. Have you ever noticed this, that when you have your mother have a goat, or your parent, if you ever had a goat before, you keep them in a pen. The same goat keep crossing. The father will cross the mother, the giver, the son will cross. That in that direction. It will come to a time the goat will not grow well, and they all look alike. Yes. So it will be the same thing over the period of time.
The same breed.
So now the trend is hybrid seed. That is what MMB does. And so this is one of our myths we call Opebro. Yes. Okay. Where that one, maybe when you get the time and I will go to our main farm, I can explain to you how it works. But you have to get a male line. Maybe there's a maize that it has a property that we are interested in. Maybe the size of the tassel is big. That will be able to cross more female. Or it has a resistance to maybe disease or drought. So you take that one, you maintain it as a male, you make it pure. Then you look at another 4 line, 1, 2, 3, 4. Down to their female. Maybe they also the crops are big, but it cannot withstand drought. So when you plant them, you detassel the female and you allow the male to cross them. Biological means once air blows, it crosses on their own. Yes. And so when you do that, you get what you call a hybrid seed. Just like you get exotic fowl, the foreign one.
Yes.
And then you cross it to your local fowl in the house. And they produce a fowl that is not a local one, it's not a foreign one. Then it is very strong, disease resistant, it can grow fast and blah blah blah. That is what we do to crops do. This is not GMO.
All right.
This is not GMO.
Okay.
So it's just a hybrid seed we do. And so now this maize is called Opebro. It's drought resistant. That's as the name suggested. Ope means Harmattan.
Yes. Opebro. Yes. Now I'm not getting it.
Yes. When it didn't get Harmattan, when the Harmattan didn't come, just imagine. And when Harmattan comes to, you still get your own. And so we have at MMB, we have a lot of hybrid seed. We have Opebro, we have Suhundu, we have Parifako, we have Funjowari, Abontem. Now Abontem is an OPV. We are now working on another one, Apreku. Some that are even can mature within 72 days.
All right.
Yes. So that by now, anybody who is planting now is gambling, because we have maybe 1 month full for a reliable rain. After that, remember the average maize takes about 70 days and above to grow. So if you plant by now, you are risking it unless the rain has moved forward a little bit, or your place is a marshy area, or it's a wet area that can sustain your maize. Yes. So one of the things you have to pay attention to is the seed. Let's get hybrid seeds. There are a lot of hybrid seeds in town now. But in the case of MMB, we produce it here in Ghana. It has gone through all the stress that it's supposed to go through. Okay. So when it hit the grounds, just like that.
Survive.
The foreign ones, they have worked on it and blah blah. So it's from a foreign place. They've given it more fertilizer and all those things. And so sometimes when you buy it and you bring it down, you will not get it like that. So one of the factors you have to consider, your land have to be very good, and then your plant population have to be good. Meanwhile, you have to talk about quality hybrid seed. Yes. Your mother or your parents used to plant, I believe there's a maize you call Atinle or Lapusta, those maize. Yeah. I've been planting that variety of maize there every year. A time will come, you see the maize there on the farm, but when they harvest, we pour my 5 to Kwame, and then they're happy. I'm telling you, when I harvest this maize here, and I put it down, you see it, I said it was harvested on this small plot of land. You'll be surprised. Yes, so that is where it is very important. Education is very important.
Yeah, very true.
Yes, if I'm just imagining if I'm not educated, how will I do this? Yeah. Now, the process. We plant this maize. When you get MMBC, there is instruction on it. When you plant this maize, when you have the machine, you can plant the maize and the fertilizer on the same day. It's perfect. The fertilizer is even buried, so it is perfect. But if you don't have the machine to plant, you plant with your hand. Either they punch a hole or use cutlass to plant. Right. After 10 days, you have to apply NPK. NPK 15-15, or if you get the best fertilizer in town now is Achiever from Yara. Right. I'm making advert for them, so they have to come and see. So the best fertilizer in town now is Yara, Achiever. There are other ones that are also equally good. Now, on the 10th day, you have to apply the Achiever fertilizer. Now, NPK, the NPK, they have different functions they perform. Nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. There's one that is responsible for the root development. So the maize have to have a very healthy root development. It is these roots that the maize is going to use to look for nutrients all around. And then the structure. Now the maize plant itself must be able to have a good stamina. This maize, I planted it on the 5th of August. Yes, but you see, it's just barely a month or something now. But you see how it is. They're all looking fresh. Very good. So the phosphorus, the another element to give the maize a good stamina. Then the nitrogen, which is the last one, will make it when it has cups. Even if it is two, they'll all be the same in size. Yes. So that is what it does. So you give NPK 10 days after the day of planting. Then 30 days on the day of planting again. Then you do what you call top dressing. That one is nitrogen, urea. You just drop you call it top dressing. You drop it at the base, small. I've done urea for this one. I think last 2 weekends.
Okay.
Yes. So this farm you see that it's my weekend farm. It's my part-time farm.
Oh.
Yeah. From Monday to Friday, I work with NNBC. Saturdays,
you come back to the field.
I come and do this. I come and weed. I come and plant, and I'm gone. I come and spray. I'm gone. So my lamp preparation starts as late as July.
Oh.
Yes. So I know I don't have the time, so I get up early, and then start small. And so that is how it goes. Yes. So when you do the top dressing and then you get your urea, now I'm just waiting for my maize, to be sincere. Now, what are some of the advantages of planting like this? When you plant very close, in terms of within the row and then within the columns and the row, the maize grow and form a canopy.
Okay.
So the bare floor is not showing. Now, once the bare floor, in cases where the plant, like how our local people do, the spacing, once there's sunlight and there's water, seed will germinate automatically. But in my case, the place is closed. There's no space for the sun to reach the land. These are the factors responsible for germination: sunlight, heat, blah blah blah, temperature. And so when that is not happening here, my maize is up, is doing well, and so I will not control it.
Oh wow, that's a secret you have to learn from him.
So these are some of the things we do here. Yes, and then the chemicals we use. Yes, chemicals we use that. Now, when you look at some of these maize, it has been affected by fall armyworm.
Yeah.
People don't pay attention to fall armyworm, but it affects the maize. It affects production. Yes. Because these leaves serve as a solar panel for the plant.
Right.
Yes, they attract sunlight and blah blah blah, energy for the plants to grow. And so when they are damaged, it will affect your thing. I was not able to control very early, but at the time I noticed it, it was one Sunday I came and noticed the other day. I don't have the time. It means the next I can come was the next weekend. So by the time I came, they were able to do it, but I was able to control it. So you see, it's not that severe.
Yeah.
Yes. So that is basically the process I've gone through to get to this stage.
All right. So when it comes to storage too, so once you are done, where do you usually keep your maize? Because this is huge.
Yeah.
Looking at the numbers you are mentioning, and you are done conveying it to your storage place.
Yes. Because I am privileged to work with a seed company, we process all these things.
Okay.
And sometimes when you produce seed at the seed company, when we do whatever you want to do, sometimes we get some maize that are not good for for planting.
Okay.
We call them food. So we have market women that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we know them. They are our old customers. So I said, I have some maize. Recently, the previous season that I've done here, somebody called me, say you want to do Tom Brown for senior high school. The person just come and collect everything.
Wow.
There are poultry farmers in town that are also buying. So it's not really a problem. But the fear here is the major season, the previous season, this is the major season. This maize will dry and meet the harmattan. So even if I don't have time, the weather is cool. So maybe the one that will fall on the floor, or maybe bushfire, that will be my worry. But the other one, that race, you realize this year it has rained throughout.
Yes,
even if the maize dried and you didn't harvest it early, it will spoil. So normally in the major season, you don't do it that big. This is just 2 acres that I can handle.
Right.
That is why I have done it. But you don't do it big at major season. You run into a loss. So major season you do it small, but minor season you do it huge. And then yes, just as we do it for cowpea. Yes. So these are some of the basic tricks.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So folks, you've heard him. He has been able to give us more light and throw more light on what he's doing here on the field. And this is also another young graduate here, and he has been able to throw more light on whatever that has been transpiring on the field. That shows how educated he is, and he knows what he's about. And so it's also good to go to school all the time, because he has made the work so simple for me. He has been able to explain every single thing vividly for your understanding as well. So probably we would also put his number on the screen. Then whatever education you need concerning farm, especially maize,
Yes.
vegetables,
Yes.
what have you, you can also contact him. You reach out to him so that he will be able to educate you on this. And before we take leave, what can you tell our other young folks out there that feels like, oh, farming is not meant for the educated, it's not meant for those that have gone to school to, acquire their masters, their degrees, what have you?
Yes, the master, the degree is just a paper. We are supposed to go to school and know the unknown to improve our lives. And so after you've gone, okay, let's say today the trend is I want to go to America.
Yeah.
After you've gone to America, you have to go and work.
Of course.
Yes. Is one thing I've come to understand is mastering. Look, if you are selling charcoal, if you decide that okay, I'll burn charcoal, make sure that the wood you use to burn the charcoal is perfect. So that somebody can even travel from Jamestown to come and buy your charcoal at home.
Okay.
I know maize and maize know me.
Right.
Yes, I know maize and maize know me. I don't want to do anything again. I want to reach that stage in life where even the whole Ghana or even West Africa, when they make mention of maize, they should make a reference to me. So it's not only in agriculture. Even if you are a phone repairer, be honest. I'll tell an interesting story where I made this conclusion. When I was in Hojo and I used to produce vegetables, I bring it to market. Then there was this man who carried the Kaya man. Okay. They call it nickname him Chito. I don't know whether he's coming from Chito or something. Everybody say Chito. Meanwhile, there were a lot of people there who were carrying the load, but nobody was calling him. And if you look at the Chito guy I'm talking about, he looked tired and old. But everybody said Chito. It's not because his price is cheap. He's honest. So when people bring okra from Pando, wherever, they drop it at Metro Mass Station. Chito will go and bring it for you. Not even one okra will be missing out of it. And so you see Chito carrying okra or agbate at home market, but he has mastered it. So everybody is talking about Chito. He's honest. He's committed to what he's doing. You go and you come back. So once others were pushing their wheelbarrow up and down, Chito is busy throughout the day. You cannot. You see that the man is really tired. He wish he can just rest, but the demand is high.
Chito has to work.
Yes, Chito has to work because he's honest. He will not steal your okra. He will not steal your garden egg. He will not steal your fish. When he comes, the price too is moderate. He's not in hurry. He look tired though, but that is so. So what I want to tell everybody out there: when you are honest and you're hardworking and mastering, that's all. That's all. When you are doing what everybody can do, you are not doing anything.
Yeah.
Yes.
There should be something unique.
Yes, there should be something unique about you. If you are selling pure water, are you going to sell any kind of pure water at all? Or you face a particular pure water company, you deal with that particular pure water and make it a special brand. Say, okay, if I'm looking for ABC pure water, it's only this person that can give it to me. And when you have reached that stage, money will chase you. I am not where I am now, but my life has been better. And I'm hoping that it should continue in this. I want to make wealth, but it should be organic.
All right.
It shouldn't be like this, excuse my language, but these fraud guys, you wake up one day and there's 100,000 or 500,000 in your account
without stressing,
without working really. They've worked. They spend overnight. They spend nights trying to convince people to. But that is not organic. Anything can happen, and then. But you see, this thing I'm doing here, and I use 6 bags of fertilizer for this.
All right.
2 bags of NPK for 1 acre, another 2 for another 1 acre, making 4. I do a top dressing of urea of 50 kg, 50 kg. Now the NPK, the achiever is now, it used to be 500. Then it dropped to 480. Now it's 490. The urea used to be 500. Now it has dropped. The last time I checked, it has dropped to 450. When you calculate this alone, the fertilizer is also close to 4,000.
Yeah, exactly.
And the agrochemicals I use, even the seed. A kilo of Ope Brew now is 35 cedis.
Wow.
And because of the way I packed this farm, the way it should have been 20 kilos for this farm, but I have packed it, so I use almost 30 kilos.
Oh, for the 2 acres?
Yes. And 1 kilo is 35 cedis. And then the chemicals I use, the fall army worm, and then the weed control I've done. All those things are money. Now, when this maize is ready, I have to go. Somebody have to harvest it and convey. The profit margin will not be that big, but if I'm doing it consistently, I'll make money.
For sure.
Yes. And then one thing they must do is they have to delay gratification. For the fact that this maybe by the time I'm done, maybe I may make 15,000. I cannot go and spend the entire 15,000. If I spend the next year, will I get money to buy the fertilizer? So at least I want to expand it next year to at least 3 acres or 4.
That's great.
So I'm saving about 1/3 to about 1/3. Sorry, if I divide the money into 4 times, I'm saving about at least 3 parts down.
Okay.
Yes. So that next time I'll just spend quarter. So that next time I can invest that one into it.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So
I have a work that I'm doing that is paying me small already, and so my salary can be cushioning me small. But this one, when I get it, no, I'll go and buy the inputs down. So that next time I'll not be fine one thing. Timing is very important.
Of course.
People are now planting, and my maize should be tasseling next 2 weeks.
All right.
This farm here, no matter what will happen, it will not fail. If this farm fail, there will be hunger in Ghana. I'm not boasting, but
of course,
the timing is correct. The timing is correct. This maize, at this stage, the next 2 weeks should start tasseling. And so when it tassel, I'll definitely get my own.
Oh, okay.
There's one trick here. It's better you plant your maize very early and it struggles to get water to germinate than to plant it when it is raining. And then when it's time for the maize to tassel and start bearing fruit, the rain stops. The time I planted this maize, the rain was not stable, but the place is cool. So God being so good. Previous years I used to face that challenge, but this year, God being so good, my population was I've mastered the land. I came here just 2 years now.
All right.
Yes, so I got this thing correct, this population correct this time around, and so some way somehow I've passed it. Yes. So when this maize start tasseling, we still have 1 more month ahead of us for rainfall. My maize will get rain.
For sure.
My maize will get rain.
For sure.
Yes. So when my maize get rain, no matter what, I will gain. But it's better to say that the rain is not coming. So let me wait. You can see somebody has read there. The person has no planners at now. Why you plan by this time? You have 1 more month. Is your maize 3 weeks maize? No. So by the time this maize that maize will be ready to start bearing fruit, to start get your maize on it. The rain will stop. Then you run at a loss. Yes. People say fertilizer is no good. Blah, blah. Let me tell you something. If I have a headache and I sleep for 2 days, the headache will go.
For sure.
When I rest, the headache will go. But if I walk to any pharmacy and I get paracetamol and I take it, within 30 minutes, the headache will still go. Yeah. The population, the number we have now, the way we are developed, we are multiplying, and how we are eating. If you don't use fertilizer and stuff, the land is so tired.
Yes, tired.
You cannot just get it. So if you don't want to do that, just do your small garden. Just do your small garden behind. Now everybody should farm. Farming should be habit for everybody. Everybody must try to farm. Yes. If our politicians are farmers, would not be suffering. Yes. Because if you're not committed to it, the farm will fail.
Yes, true.
So I used to say something and people laugh. I said, look, before you be a president, let's make you a tomatoes farmer. If you succeed, we'll just vote for you. Will not even vote, we'll just make you a president. Because these are things that need attention. These are things that you cannot just do anyhow and get it. And so when a person is able to do it and succeed, trust me, when you hand over a country to him, he will not mess up the way it's going now. Yes.
Oh, that's great. So folks, you've heard it, and he has finalized everything for us. And this is not the only farm he's having. He has other farms, like he has a cowpea farm, of which we will be going to. We'll find time and go to that farm too as well to bring you details regarding that particular farm, because he has mastered. He said he now mastered the land. The maize know him. It's just like how it seems the Bible says, I know my master also knows me. So the maize know Mr. Solomon also knows the maize. So when you say, hey, maize, come, the maize will come.
Yes.
And same applies to the maize. When they call in, you will also respond 247. So if this is your first time visiting our channel, we urging you, we pleading with you to do us a favor by subscribing to the channel, liking the video, because by so doing, you would be enabling others to also come and view this video on YouTube, comment, and also share with others to come and be watching our channel all the time. So until then, see you in another episode. Thank you.
Please subscribe to the channel and hit on the post notification bell for more updates.